What is up, y'all? Welcome to another Saturday Night Live and live stream number 99 of the year. Cannot even believe it. It just kind of blows my mind. I remember, a few months back, whenever I hit 50, that was a wild number to me. But man, 99 really just seems crazy to me. When I started going live, I didn't even think about how long I would go live for. I just started doing it, and before you know it, it took off. And I really actually do honestly owe it all to you guys that show up for every live stream. I'm one of the few live streamers that hardly ever has a topic. I think I've had maybe a handful of topics out of these 99 live streams. And you guys all still find it entertaining enough to come and hang out with me 3 days a week, and I really appreciate it. And tonight we're just going to hang out and talk about whatever we want to talk about and prepare for the new year. It is crazy. The new year is upon us. It's about another year. I think some people in the chat, wait, it's not the 30th yet, so maybe it's not the new year for them yet. Seems like last night I was in a live stream and people were saying hello from the new year, but I didn't. I must have been wrong. It might have been hello Sunday or something like that. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. So let's go to the chat and see who all is here. Got tons of people here. I decided to just go ahead and start it. I'm here. I've got nothing to do. I'm all rested up. I took a 3-hour nap this afternoon. I didn't get to bed till 1:30 last night, and I woke up this morning, got up, took the dogs out, started a pot of coffee, let the dogs back in, got them fed and watered, sat down and started drinking a cup of coffee, and I looked at the clock, and it was 3:30 a.m. I slept for 2 hours last night, and once I'm up like that and I have coffee, there's no getting back to sleep. So I stayed up, got busy doing things around the house, and just made the most of it. But this afternoon, I laid down and took a 3-hour nap. And at first, when I woke up, I thought, oh my gosh, but now I'm feeling pretty good. And so Tampa Tom is in the house. What is up, Tampa Tom? John Gonzalez discovered a very nice shrimp in his shrimp tank. It's white, green, and black with a metallic spot. It's pretty much the coolest thing he's ever seen. I love it when that happens. I've got a wild shrimp tank over here, and like I pulled a carbon rilly out of there last night, and that's like the 4th carbon rilly that I pulled out of there, and it's so cool that those shrimp are producing those, and maybe someday I can get them to shoot straight. We got Candy Overalls is in the house. Peter from Mob Guppy. We got Charlie. What is up, Charlie? Nice to see you, bud. Matthew Moore Cichlids, Thomas Skipper. Then we got Joel GNZ. What is up, Joel? Got Pam from 54 Punchy. What's up, Pam? We got Lisa's Aquatics. What is up, Lisa? So far, it doesn't seem like my voice is gone, but I can feel like it might be leaving. So I'll just try not to yell. Niles Seaton is in the house. What's up, Niles? Who else? Let's see here. Vanessa is in the house. What is up, Vanessa? Flynn's Fish Forum is here. I wondered where he had been, and then I seen down in the chat that Candy said that he's a working boy now. Hardly ever seen him. I saw him at one of Bob's streams maybe a few weeks ago, and that's kind of cool to see the Fish Fam kid grow up. He's a working boy now. Let's see who else. Mr. D's Tanks and More is here. What is up, Mr. D's? Sunshine Aquatics is here. What's up, Sunshine? I wish the sun would shine here. Amber from Big City Bettas is in the house. What's up, Amber? Jeremy H is here. Welcome back, buddy. Superior Guppy is here. Nice to see you. Let's see here. Been busy. I need to get back on my editing schedule and live stream watching schedule. Yeah, I Now you know what it's like to have a full-time job and do YouTube at the same time, Flynn. Ay, ay, ay. Sunshine Aquatic says live from Iowa. It's Saturday night. Live from the corn state. It's Saturday night. Ay, ay, ay. What is up, Dan Slee? Nice to see you, buddy. River Pigs is here. What's up, River Pigs? Yeah, Joel G says, would be funny if you totally miscounted and were like on 107. I probably am on 107 because I never counted all the second streams that OBS/YouTube forced me into making this year. There was so many times throughout all of this, guys, that the audio and, buffering and, video, I would have to shut the stream down and start it back up again. And with OBS, if you do it within a certain amount of time, it allows you to patch them together and keep one stream. Well, that happened, 2/3 of the time, but 1/3 of the time it wouldn't happen, and it would cause like separate streams. So that being said, I'm probably at like 104, somewhere around in there right now, but those were really one streams, but I didn't count those as my 99 that we're at. A lot of those I ended up deleting because, well, all of them but one. There was one that was like 37 minutes long. I went ahead and kept it, but I didn't put it in my playlist for live streams. But it was 37 minutes long. It had like 200 views on it. I didn't want to take it off of there for people that were watching the replay, because on that replay, it's so bad on the first one, it just cuts off. Well, someone that wants to watch it on replay, they had to work that night or something. It kind of sucks for them to not get to watch the second one. So the second one is just right behind it. And it was that one that happened a couple weeks ago. But I got to say, this Google Hangouts, I don't know about you guys, but it's not been buffering. The audio is good. Video is good. The only thing I can't do that I miss on this one, because for new people or people that had questions that I wanted to send them to my direct messages on Instagram, I was able to have my Instagram right down here at the bottom on OBS. And Google Hangouts, as far as I know, doesn't have any type of thing that you can put on the screen like that. I would like it if they would do something like that, because if they would do something like that, I mean, I'm totally pleased with this. I don't care about all the fancy bells and whistles. I just want to go live and it be a pretty decent image with what we're working with here, and, I want audio and to be able to chat with you guys, Okay, let's see. Where are we at here? Thanks a lot, Dan. I appreciate it, buddy. Oh boy, there goes the chat. All right, got a $4.20 super chat from Jobs Aquarium, some tanks. Hi, Jeffroz, and happy holidays. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. Love those 420 super chats. And hopefully you have a great rest of the holiday season. We got DPK Fish Aquariums in the house. What's up, Carlos? Nice to see you, buddy. Let's see. Priscilla MK Art is in the house. 99 problems, but the ain't one. Mike Howe is in the house. What's up, Mike? Nice to see you guys. Geo Aquariums is in the house. What's up, y'all? My albino bristlenose spawned last night, and you inspired me to put the eggs in a breeder box. Excited to see how it goes. Well, I'm working on a video right now where I got an article that I read that tells what the recipe to breeding out longfin super red bristlenose, and those guys spawned last weekend before I went to my mom's for the holidays. And when I left, they were eggs. And when I came back, they were wigglers. And it was pretty cool. I'm not going to give away what all the wigglers are, but it's pretty awesome. I've got the video done. All I got to do is tomorrow shoot the intro and the outro, And I'll have that video out to you guys here pretty soon. But yeah, I never get tired of it. I will probably jump up and down and scream and lose my voice when my L393 spawn. They're getting so close. The male is like fanning in his cave now. So that's telling me that things are getting kind of crazy. The next time I see one of my bristlenose tanks spawn, I'll get some more pheromone water and pour in there with them and try to see if I can get their interest spiked. But mostly I'm trying to keep it simple and just be patient and sit back and let them do their job. But every once in a while, you know, like it rained for 2 days straight this week. So I thought maybe with that type of a pressure system coming in, that might make it happen. But yeah, it didn't. All right, let's see. Who else is here? Mary from RNH2O is here. LOL, my voice has been gone. Yeah, I went for 2 hours last night, and actually I can feel it. It feels like it's kind of going right now, but I'm fine. Nice to see you, though, Mary. Let's see here. Who else? Johan is here. What's up, Johan? His beard is getting more gray every stream. I actually got my beard today exactly where I want it, except for one thing. My fade right here isn't that good, but in about a week, it will be blended in. But I hate it when my beard starts coming down here and flaring out. And when I was editing last night's stream, I took some clips out of last night's live stream, and I edited it down into one video. My beard was just all out of whack. So I did some blocking on it today, and I think I got it pretty much where I want it, all except for my fade isn't, you know, right where I want it. It'll be all right. Enough about beard talk. Oh, let's see. Here's an idea. 99 problems and fish ain't one shirt, Jeffro. A guaranteed to top sell. Yeah, no kidding, right? That would be cool. I've been working so much. I've missed a lot of live streams lately. Well, you ain't going to have that problem with me. I got tonight's live stream, and then Monday night, if you guys don't know, I'm doing a 4-hour ringing in the new year live stream. And at the end of it, we're going to stop it a little bit before the new year, my time, Central. And we're going to go over to my premiere. I'm premiering my year-end review video. I went back and looked at a lot of footage over the last year and things that I've accomplished over the year. And I put together like maybe a 6 or 7, maybe an 8-minute long video. And I'm doing it as a premiere style. And I'm premiering it at the end of the live stream. So all you juggernauts out there that love the late night live streams, Monday night, I've got a 4-hour long one. It'll be the longest one that I've ever done nonstop on my channel. And then at the end of it, we'll go chat it up on the premiere and watch my year-end review, kind of end the year like that. I thought that would be a good idea. Jeremy H says, my plecos are X-rated. They don't care if the lights are on or off. Yeah, I've seen mine with the lights on. Lots of times on that Wednesday night live stream that I did for so long, these Super Reds, it was always on a Wednesday night. And it would happen while I was on the stream. And after the stream, I would pull the eggs. John Gonzalez, said something. Would you buy some L46 zebras to breed? Do you think you could get them to spawn? I was thinking about that not too long ago because I was thinking, you know, I got to get some high pancistrus for the 50-gallon low boy at the first of the year because I'm going to get some breeder grow out tanks and take all those little baby plecos out and split them up by their color and grow them out in like 40-gallon breeders, just bare bottom, bare bones, heater in the basement on pallets or something like that, you know, with just a light on it just to be able to catch them. And then I'm getting those Synodontis lucipennis from Jeremy at the beginning of the year, and it's going to be like 10 of them or so. So I'm going to put those up there. And then I'm going to get some Hypan citrus, but I was thinking about the zebra plecos, and I love the zebra plecos. I've seen them in person. They're dynamic, but to me, it's kind of like a fad. I guess if I ever found them a good enough deal on them, I've still got, like, I would probably keep them like in a 20-gallon long or something like that and try to breed them. But the hard part about those guys is you can mistake it. Males and females look so close. That's what I've seen anyhow. But they're a dynamic pleco, but I don't have any plans to get a hold of any. They're gonna have to just come and fall in my lap. Yeah. Excuse me. When Pam said we're waiting, I went ahead and just started it. So you guys can thank Pam for me starting early. Farmer Boz is in the house. What's up, Farmer Boz? Mortal Slayer 82 is in the house. What's up, Kevin? Yeah, John says I got black beard algae on my chin. Yeah, buddy. Anthony's Fishy Friends is in the house. What's up, Anthony? Pam is trying to wait to take world dominance. Yeah, no kidding. Let's see here. I have missed a ton of live streams as well. I've had one day off in 30 days. Oh my gosh, Peter, that's crazy. Spear Guppy says the hoodie sweatshirt you have on looks nice. This is my old style logo. But my new style logo sweatshirt is dirty. It's in the dirty clothes. So I just went down and got this off the hanger. Put this on. It's I love this logo. I mean, it's never going away. This is my very first logo that I had. This was my first logo on without the Jeffroz FishKeeping. This was my avatar on Twitter for years and years and years. And whenever I started making YouTube videos, I just kind of transformed it over to here. It's not really the side profile of me, but it kind of looks like the side profile of me. If you look at that, it looks like someone sketched it of me. But I actually made the logo. I started it with a lot less than what it is. It didn't have like a hat and the hair at the back. And then the beard wasn't as blocky and as square as what it is. I just started out with a beard and a mustache. And I took it and made it into what it is. And it just kind of stuck. Every time I look at it, though, it looks like I could see that being me. Select Pet says, trying to get out of my New Year party to join the stream Monday. That's the nice thing about cell phones. Like, was it Ken Amy was at a party last night, and he was in another room being antisocial and listening to the live stream. And last night was a good one. Like I said earlier, I don't do very many topic streams. And I've said forever I'm going to have a guest on. And I just never have. And just spur of the moment yesterday, there were some things that I wanted to talk about. And I reached out to Jeremy, and he was all about it. So I won't do it every stream because I'm not about that. I like all kinds of streams. I mean, I've had a lot of pressure to try to start doing topic streams. But the way I kind of look at it is my subscribers, they keep on showing up to my live streams, even without the topics. My live streams have been going pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to have a guest on once a month or something like that. Maybe that'd be a good goal that I could have for this new year. Try to have a guest on once a month and have that be a topic that we talk about, And yeah, we'll see how it goes. What will probably happen is I'll probably do 1 week or one a week live streams for a while, and then I'll just add more back in. It's kind of what my reputation has been here lately, is kind of like a live stream king, addicted to live stream addict. Terry's Tropical Tank says, I watched it after the fact. It was by far the best stream you have ever done. Well, thanks a lot, Terry. I appreciate that, buddy. T Riddle's in the house. What's up, buddy? In 2019, I will put out more than one video, unlike 2018. Yeah, I don't even know how many I did this year. I saw somebody shared yesterday. There's an app that you can poke up. I could probably find it on YouTube too, but I know for sure it was over 100 edited videos because I did 2 a week, and there was like 3 or 4 times that I started to schedule a video, and I forgot to click schedule when I was doing the upload thing, and didn't even notice it all the way until I hit publish, and I accidentally published 3 or 4 different times this year, extra bonus videos. And then there was Memorial Day weekend. I didn't live stream that Saturday, so I uploaded a video. So I would say 102, 104. I would say somewhere around 110, somewhere around in there, edited videos. And then by Monday night, that will be my 100th live stream. So, 210 uploads, somewhere around in there this year in 52 weeks. Priscilla says, can I be your guest? I promise I won't troll. LOL. Ha ha ha. That would be great. I actually thought about if Jeremy was going to say no yesterday. You were one of them that I was thinking of, Priscilla. So what I really need to do is I need to stop being like Jeffro, and I need to actually sit down and start doing some planning this year instead of just fly by the seat, because I literally asked Jeremy yesterday afternoon, and a lot of people would have been like, I can't. I got something going on. But luckily, Jeremy was all about it, and yeah, it worked out. But I really need to get ahead of the game and figure out who I want to have on and start reaching out to them and stuff, and have some pretty good guests on here. Johan says Pam is a guest. Pam would definitely be a good guest. I could pick her apart. Kidding. I'd say one of my questions is, how long have you lived in Boise? Pam, does the winter get real cold in Boise? 4 streams a week, have to do 2008. Yeah, no kidding, right? Oh, man. Big City Beta says, do what you enjoy and what works for you. Well, I really enjoyed it this year. I actually, there was a lot of times I was really rolling is what happened. When I was doing 2 live streams a week and 2 uploads a week, and I was ahead in my edited videos by like 6 weeks. It was starting to feel uncomfortable. I was so ahead because whenever you're talking about things on live streams, you're talking about, oh, I did this in my summer tubs today, but by the way, you don't get to see that video for 6 weeks. And it will be winter before you get to see it. And Dank was teasing me one day. He was like, dude, like it was like August or something. He's like, are you getting ready to make your Halloween video? And luckily I didn't. I could have made my Halloween video in August, but it's just one of those things where right now I'm not that far ahead. I've got next Tuesday's video up and next Thursday's video up. And that's another thing. When I go back to the Saturday Night Live only, I'll go back to Mondays and Thursdays as my upload schedule. And that's what I'd done for a long time, way before all of this. And those were the best days for me. So that's what I'll go back to. We'll just ride that for a while, and I'll get all caught up on everything, and we'll see how it goes. If I have free time, I'll bounce on every once in a while. Or if I have an opportunity to go live with another YouTuber, maybe I'll do an impromptu here and there. And yeah, I've definitely not got burned out. That's not why I'm cutting back. What I do at the end of the year, every year, is I look at my channel, where it's going, what kind of goals I want to set up for the next year, and what am I doing right now, and is that going to help me get to my goals? Well, I haven't seen a change in my channel as far as helping me going 2 more nights a week live. And it seems like it's a lot more work for the same kind of payout, for lack of a better term, I guess. The biggest reason why I started doing extra live streams is because I was having people asking me to. A lot of people in the fish hobby were slowing down. You know, a lot of the people that went multiple times in the week were moving to 1 day a week, and there was opportunities for me to add more days. And when I added the third one, everybody thought I was crazy. And the first couple of ones I did was a struggle because it was on a night that I normally do my water changes. And then I just decided one live stream to just do my water changes during the live stream. Well, that kind of hooked me because everybody loved it. That turned into one of my better live streams. It was really bizarre to me that people would tune in and stay glued the whole time. It turned into one of those type of things where it was a lot of fun. It was like a game to try to get me to overfill my tanks. They would try to get me to telling stories to get sidetracked where I would, overflow a tank. You know, it was a lot of fun. So that one kind of got me hooked. And then it made me forget about I'm doing a live stream on an extra night. But with talking with a bunch of different creators, with figuring out my schedule, you know, I do still work full time. I am a single dad and things are busy for me. You know, I do have 40 aquariums now, and that is a pretty big task in itself. I've got lots of breeding projects going on, and I'm going to do it where I'm promising you guys 2 uploads a week, video, you know, edited videos, and then 1 live stream a week on Saturday nights. But then I'm probably going to bounce in every once in a while and do some extras. But I think what I've learned this year is why promise extra ones? Why not just do them whenever I can or something, you know? That's how I think I'm going to do it anyhow. Pam says, I do crappy streams though. No, your streams are fun, Pam. They really are, truthfully. Take it from a live stream pro. Your streams are fun. They really are. I enjoy them. Carbon Really's in the house. What's up, Carbon Really? Nice to see ya. Mr. B's Fishing Things is here. What's up, Brandon? We finally got some of that Canadian cold air in here today. It's down in the single digits right now. And it hasn't been that way in a while. I haven't felt that temperature probably since last winter, actually. When I was down in Missouri last weekend, it was in the 60s. Amber from Big City Beta says, I've been thinking about trying to do a weekly live stream myself, but the idea is a bit daunting. Well, take it from me. I wanted to go live for probably 6 months before I started. And I started live streaming in February of this year, February 24th. And I had like 260 subscribers then as well. And the biggest reason why I hadn't started going live yet was I was afraid that I would start a live stream and no one would show up and they would be like pretty much a train wreck. And every time I would bring that up, you know, some of my buddies would say, you just got to do it. You know, there's going to be some train wrecks. There's going to be some awkward moments. And I bought the equipment. Got someone trolling me. Ding, ding, ding. Hang on. Let me pause my phone here. I had the equipment for 3 or 4 months prior to starting. And what I did was I had been going to Bob Steenfott's live streams for a long time. And anybody that goes to Bob's, he hardly ever buffers. His audio's good. His video, you know, is always crisp. He never hardly ever buffers at all. And I reached out to him and figured out what all he had. And actually on his live streams, in the description, he has what he uses for his live streams. And And what I learned along the way up till this point right here, it's took me almost 100 live streams to figure it out, is, you know, there's a lot of people out there that, you know, are spending upwards of $10,000 on their equipment, you know, and there's cheaper equipment out there. It depends on what you want to do. Like me, I probably should have a better background than some whited out tanks. I mean, some of these tanks, the white balance is terrible on them, but I'm looking okay. You know, I've got it figured out now where I'm not looking bad. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of things, you know, to take into effect, but I've got the 1080p Logitech camera that a lot of people do. It's a popular camera. It works really good with the original OBS. I never could get the camera settings to really look very good. I always looked terrible. I had a really nice Rode mic that I'd used for years before I even started live streaming, but I never could get it to work because the mixer that the mic was plugged into didn't like OBS, and it took me forever to figure that out. The camera does come with a microphone that you can use just the camera, and you know, I've done a ton of live streams with just that, and people really don't care. I mean, some people do, but some people don't. But obviously, if you really clean it up and really have it fancy and you really have it nice, you'll draw in more crowds just because of that. If you have your lighting crisp, if you have your audio really nice and a really nice professional looking background with real nice lighting, if you get, you know, like I've started getting some stuff to try to get my DSLR plugged in to do my live streams with that. But I don't know. I think I'm kind of happy with the way I've got it set up now. I ended up ditching the Rode mic and I ended up getting me a Yeti mic. Around the holidays, they had them pretty cheap. And I got this one. I liked it better because it's the blacked out version. It just looks a little bit better. And it's on a real nice heavy duty stand that's got a rubber bottom on it. So it looks better than having a great big arm come in here like what I had. Bob actually has his microphone to where it's out of the camera shot, but my sound wasn't as good if I didn't have it back here. But I know that's a long story, but basically, Amber, what you got to do is you just got to get the gear and then go to your live streaming stuff on YouTube. Figure out what you want to use, because I ditched both of the OBSs. I never could get either one of them to work out right. So now I'm on Google Hangouts and I'm liking how it works. I just can't put any graphics on the screen. It's just this, but it's working and I'm happy with that. So I'm fine with that. Figure out how to live stream and then do them unlisted on YouTube to practice, and go back and watch them and get it figured out. Do some practices. I did like 10 or 12 practices before I actually went live. And then I went live and I still had problems, you know. It's just one of those things. But I like it because I'm not even doing it to actually grow. I mean, there are things that it does help you. Like if you're below 1,000 subscribers and you're trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber threshold, and you're trying to get your watch time up so that whenever you do get to 1,000 subscribers, you have enough watch time to monetize. If you're doing things like that, live streaming will help you get that watch time. It also shows channel engagement, because all the comments, like I had like 50,000 comments this last year. My channel is only just under 1,700 subscribers, and to me, 50,000 comments is pretty dang good. It's crushed last year's, you know, the year before, by a long shot. But 50,000 comments to me was like, holy cow! You know, I had a lot more engagement this year, and that's probably not the chat comments, because that would have been a lot more. But yeah, I know that that was a long, drawn-out version of it, but I think that it's good for me to engage with my subscribers. It helps me get to know them. Yeah, it's just a face-to-face. Once a week, sit down with your subscribers and just shoot the breeze with them. And if you want to do topics, that's fine too. That's a really good time to do topics. It's a good time to find out what they think about your content that you're making too. A lot of times, especially when I was doing the 3, I've not been as good at it here lately, but it's not a bad idea to talk about upcoming videos that you've got too, especially when you do a live stream the night before an upload. I've noticed that whenever I do a live stream on the night before an upload and I talk about my video the day that's coming out the next morning, and I promote it like numerous times during the stream, I get more views. It gets people intrigued because they're trying to make a visual of what it is, and then tomorrow morning they see that thumbnail and they click on it and they watch it. So that's another thing that I've noticed. But good luck, irregardless, Amber. Pam says, I just bought a $60 streaming webcam for my streams and then a microphone. Yep. And then the OBS is free too if you want to do OBS. Oh boy, we're at the bottom of the chat. That is crazy. I almost find that hard to believe. We have got 48 people here, and it looks like got 29 likes. So if you're here, let's get a like or a dislike up there. Definitely makeup. Amber says, that's all super helpful advice. Thank you. Not looking to monetize, could already, but don't want to. I just want a place where I can talk about fish and nerd out with peeps. Definitely. And that's the perfect thing. And, basically, I don't know. I've always been blah, 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 blah. I've always been a really outgoing person. I walk up to people that are shy and nervous in public, and I speak to them and spike up conversation. When I'm sitting in a doctor's office and there's people around me that aren't speaking, I spark up conversation. I'm very approachable. So it wasn't about that for me. It was about I didn't want to fail because it's live on the internet. And when you're sitting there and you're thinking in the back of your mind, crickets in the background, because I had saw some live streams that were that way. Nobody showing up. I'd saw some bigger YouTubers that had very little people there. And I think a lot of times those guys don't find it very helpful to live stream because they're like, man, not very many people's here. But I think what you have to do is you just have to stay consistent with it. I know that I don't like on some of the channels that I'm subscribed to that just go live willy-nilly all the time, that they never have a real scheduled stream, because I end up missing those and then I miss out on them and they're not as fun to me to watch on the replay. I do watch on the replay sometimes, but I like to watch them live because I like that interaction with all the subs and with the creator. So make for sure that you do a scheduled one where it's, if you say you're going to do it, do it. If you're going to do one a month or one a week, but for sure, always start off with one a week. Don't just say, well, I'm doing 5 a week. It'll burn you out really quick. Let's see here. Terry's Tropical Tank says, don't be afraid to do the fish club thing and get your fish nerd on face-to-face. You'll find a ton of resources for your hobby. Yeah, and local ones. That's what I'm talking about. And the sharing. Sharing is caring, Terry. Joseph from JH Aquatics is here, popping in to say hello, playing with dinosaurs on the floor with my nephew. Awesome, man. Hopefully you have a great rest of the night, and thanks for stopping in, buddy. Cannot wait until this cold is gone. Devin Pepper says, I like her video. It was like Jimmy, and it was very nicely edited, and I love the scape. Awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, FishTube is your fish club. That's how mine is right now too. I do have some buddies that are some members of some clubs that have been asking me to get involved, and that's one reason why I did that stream last night, because Jeremy from Sergeant Tank is very knowledgeable, and it's very intriguing. I mean, all the things that his club does is just like awesome. You know, like the Secret Santa Christmas party that they had, he bagged up like 3 different bags of fish. And if you bring 3 bags, you get to bring 3 bags home. Wouldn't that be cool? Because I've got tons of tanks in here that have multiples, just jam packed of one species, you know, and you're just taking it, and it would be exciting, I think. Mike says, I was waiting for someone to catch how I Jeffro'd my last video. Oh boy. T Riddle, be right back. Phone about to die. I just wanted to know, didn't know if it could be fixed after published. Jeffro, do you have any advice on making your first video? Unfortunately, I have to use my cell phone. Well, I like the way that iPhones do time lapses. If you guys ever watch my edited videos, I have a time lapse in practically every video. Not every video so much anymore, but I love to utilize time lapses. I set up my videos pretty much the same way every time, with a music type of intro, and then I move into me, and then I move into what I'm doing, and then I move back to me to do an outro, and then I do some type of music outro, and then I do my end card stuff. And what I recommend is, for sure, no matter how ugly you are, no matter how big of a dip you got in your mouth or whatever, you got to show your face on camera for sure once or twice in the video. And the reason why is you really, really, really connect eye to eye with your audience. And it's really important. There's a guy over in the UK. Gosh, what's his channel called? Mark's. It's not Mark Shrimp. Well, Mark Shrimp did the same thing for a long time. But both of these Mark guys, Mark Shrimp, and then the other one's Mark's. Gosh, what's his name? He does a lot of spawning projects. And like today's video, he was making a nitrogen skimmer or something like that. But anyhow, the Mark that I'm talking about, not Mark Shrimp, he's got some kind of issue where he loses his hair in his eyebrows, and he was real self-conscious about being on camera. And his channel started growing big time. And it was really bugging him that, you know, people were saying in the comments, hey, we don't know what you look like, you know, yada, yada, yada. And he finally, you know, just went out there and did it. And that's all you got to do. You know, like me, I never had a problem with being in front of the camera. You know, I'd been YouTubing for a long time. I've been a camera hog my whole life, you know. So like it didn't bother me any. But you do for sure have to show your face sometime. I like to do it at the beginning and at the end, and try to keep those short if you can. Don't blab too much on those. Just yada, yada, yada while doing this. And at the end, just do a little bit of an outro. What did you guys think about that? You know, and then if they watch that far, they go down in the comments and they answer you. You know, that's kind of been working for me. But as far as the phone goes, there's a lot of people out there that do it. My eyesight wouldn't be very good to be able to edit on a little phone, you know, with my fingers and stuff. I like to edit. I've got a 40-some inch flat screen that I edit on. So I've got everything zoomed in real big, and I can see each little vocal line, you know. And but I like my old iPhone. editing software didn't like the download version that my old iPhone would do all the video clips. So like if I ever shot a video clip out there somewhere, like if I was at an LFS and I saw a fish that was cool, I couldn't shoot a video clip because that video clip wouldn't download into my software that I edit with very well. But now this new phone, it does. So I've been utilizing this to do another extra time lapse. So like whenever I've got a couple of time lapse cameras set up, then I can set this one up and have a third view of my time lapses. And then I always have this with me. So if I'm ever out and about somewhere or I see something, I could always shoot a little bit of video. And I should have really done that at Science Gal Aquatics last weekend because I didn't bring my digital camera with me. And I went to her house and she had 10 aquariums. And I could have done a little video. And I should have, when I was pulling out of her driveway, I was thinking, why didn't I just use my phone and just do it that way this time? You know, I even had my little dead cat mic that hooks into this and a tripod in my van because see, I was going to be live streaming from my mom's house. So I had that with me. I could have done a pretty decent video actually. Mile High Pleco's in the house. What's up, Mikey? Denny Close is in the house. What's up, Denny? Reels Tanks is here. What's up, Reels? Let's see here. Jeremy from Sergeant Tank Pets is, well, Sergeant Tank. I haven't said Sergeant Tank Pets in quite a while. Welcome to the live stream, Jeremy. Maple Street Aquatics is here. What's up, Maple Street? The one thing I hate is my voice. I have a terrible Southern accent and sound like Gomer Pyle. Yeah, I don't try to change any of that kind of stuff. I just try to be myself. I know right now that I probably couldn't shave my beard. I probably could in my normal subscribers. I don't think I would lose subscribers if I shaved my beard. And I'm not saying that I gained subscribers because of my beard, but it is kind of part of my image. You know what I mean? I don't want to shave my beard. I'm not planning on shaving my beard or anything, but I've thought about that before. I'm like, wow, it's almost like I'm cornered into having to keep my beard. But like last night in the live stream, Jeremy was talking about getting rid of ums and ahs. And I say an right after, you know what I mean? Like I do a lot of uhs, but when I'm editing, I try to edit all that stuff out, you know, as good as I can. Yeah. Kevin from Mortal Slayer 82 says, if you shave the beard, I'm out. Yeah, Priscilla would kill me too. Mikey says, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I get a lot of funny comments about when I say things like that. Like there was one video, I think the video that was called I Spawned Bristlenose Plecos in 48-hour challenge. That video, it's a long one, but people actually watched that one to the very end because just recently, like a couple weeks ago, a new sub popped up and they were vegging out on my Pleco videos. And they commented their favorite part about that video was the commentary. Well, I remember shooting that video and I was real loopy. It was late at night and I was talking in third person like I was the Plecos. And like this male Pleco kept on kicking out this long fin female. And I was talking in third person like, my mom told me to stay away from the long fin variant, you know, stuff like that. You know, I was just looped out of my head from lack of sleep, but it was a lot of fun. Devin Pepper says, hey, Jeffro, I just wanted to say I like your background, but I think it would be really cool to see like a tank live or pre-recorded spotlight on a tank. I know it would be a lot of work, so I don't know. Yeah, I know. I do. To make it look a lot more professional, I do need to change up my background. Definitely. And that's something that, you know, I've got plans of changing my basement into a fish room, and I guarantee I would have my bedroom back. Probably when I end up getting the big, like I'm planning on getting a big 600-gallon plus tank at the first of the year. When I get that one would probably be left upstairs because it would be too hard to get down into the basement. And it would be like a big Pleco display tank, you know. Dougie from Bold and Dangerous is in the house. Very good morning to you, Jeff. Nice to see you, Dougie. Hopefully you're doing well. Maybe when you hit 2K, put a few crayfish hanging off your beard. That would be funny. Yeah. I don't have any crayfish now, but I did up until, gosh, the last 6 months or so. When I set this tank up right here, I rehomed them. But one of my son's buddies was over one time, and he didn't have a shirt on. It was during the summer, and my son and all of his other buddies dared that kid to hang one off of his chest. You know, he did. He was on fire. It was funny. Angelo's Fish Tanks is in the house. What's up, buddy? Nice to see you. We are all doing well. Just be you, Jeffro. There are plenty of professionals. Yeah, I know. Just talking out loud, Pam. How's Buddy doing tonight, Pam? I love those German Shepherds. My dogs are getting to the age where you start thinking about when it's time to get another dog, because you always want to at least get your third one before the other ones start to pass away. That way the new one that comes in picks up their traits, because Mia and Dozer are out laying in my living room floor right now, just chilling, they could be out there running around. I've heard my front door open and close probably 10 times. My son and his buddies are coming in and out. And, I working in a delivery field where I deliver high-end power wheelchairs all the time. You even walk up on somebody's grass sometimes and their dogs are just barking like crazy. And my dogs, luckily, are not yippers like that. Uh-oh. That's a funny one. 99 problems and fish keeping ain't one. Here's my new shirt, guys. Not picking up very good. Oh, results are in motion to move forward with crayfish meat beard. Yeah, no kid. Jeremy has sent me some. For the Pleco display tank, you need to get an amazing piece of driftwood or small pieces. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I guess it depends on what kind of Plecos I get in it. But I don't hardly have any tanks that don't have any driftwood in it. So I could see getting a big giant piece of driftwood, like a great big giant piece of Mopani or something. Terry says, if you park in front of my house, I know it. They are 100 German Shepherds. They don't yip. LOL. That's funny. That is funny. Yeah, I got kind of lucky. My dogs, they don't bark. They don't go crazy. Sometimes if they're in the backyard and it's nighttime, they can't see and they hear something or see a shadow walking across the yard or something, they'll start barking and going crazy. But as far as at the front door, they're pretty chill. Dozer, my pit bull, does growl at my ex-wife, though. Very few people does he growl at. He growls at my one buddy, Eric, that comes over. But they've got like this history. It's not really a growl like a mad, like Satan growl. It's more of a, I remember what you did. There was this one time I was going away for the weekend, and Eric was going to take Dozer home and keep him for the weekend, and Mia was going to go with one of my daughters to stay with them for the weekend. And Eric was supposed to be here before we left, where it would be no problem. I would load Dozer up in the back of Eric's truck, give him the dog food, give him his kennel, yada, yada, yada. Well, Eric had, he does dish network, and he had a install that was taking way too long. So I had to get on the road, and I had Dozer tied up on the back porch. And Eric called me about 2 hours later, and all I could hear is Dozer in the background growling and barking like I'd never heard him growl and bark before. And it was just crazy. And ever since then, Dozer growls every time he sees Eric. But I don't know what it is with my ex-wife. But yeah, and I think my ex-mother-in-law, he growled at her the last time she came over too. That's it. He doesn't like my ex-wife or my ex-mother-in-law. And he likes Eric, but he growls for the first 5 minutes that Eric's here. Eric's really big, and then he's got glasses. Dozer's eyesight isn't very good. My son has a African-American friend that he growled at the first 2 or 3 times that he came over, but we think what that was is he's really dark-skinned, and Dozer's eyesight being bad, like Dozer growls when you put like a Halloween mask on, and it's something about if he can't see your eyes or something like that. And I think with my son's friend Darian, it was because his skin was so dark, Dozer's eyesight wasn't very good, and he couldn't tell that he's not a monster from, another world or something, But then after he got Darian sent, the next, it took like 2 or 3 times a Darian come around, and now Dozer never growls at Darian anymore. So, Mile High Pleco says, give Dozer a hot dog and he will love you forever. Yeah, I told Eric, I said, go get some bologna. Like whenever he came over that day, Dozer was just then, but I don't know what I'm going to do, Jeff. He wants to eat me alive. And I go, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I'm like 3 hours away. I mean, I guess leave him out overnight and hopefully the neighbors don't call, because Dozer's one of those wimpy dogs. You leave him out overnight, he'll do these little high-pitched little yips every 5 minutes or so. And there was one night, it was in the summertime, I left him out overnight, and I remember the next day I had messages from my neighbors that he was yipping in the nighttime and keeping them awake and stuff. So that probably wouldn't have went over very good, but I told him, I said, just go get some bologna. Go get a great big stack of bologna and just walk up to him and just give it to him. Then he's going to be your best friend. Amber from Big City Beta says, my roomies have a pit bull Dane mix that is the biggest baby I've ever met. That dog is terrified of everything. I don't think he even knows how to growl. Yeah, and Dozer's that same way. I don't know. I really don't know what it is about my ex-wife at all. I really don't. And my ex-mother-in-law. Like, there's been other women over here, I mean, Austin's girlfriends, that he's had over and then my daughters, but he knows my daughters. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Hot dogs work great too. What I really want to get, I watched a movie on Netflix not too long ago. For my next dog, I want to get an English Mastiff. The movie on Netflix was called Bullet Head. If you get a chance to, if you don't want to watch the movie, at least pop it up or maybe Google it and look at the image of that dog. Its ears are cropped, and I wish Dozer's were, because Dozer is actually a pit bull mix. His mom, I don't know what she is, but his dad was full-blooded pit bull. So the older Dozer gets and the more larger he gets is the nicest way to put it. I'm trying to stay away from the fat words. The less he looks like a pit bull and the more he looks like a great big sausage. But if he would have had his ears cropped, they would have looked better. And, I'm not one of those that's against ear cropping. It happens when they're a puppy, and it doesn't bother them the rest of their life if you have it done professionally and within the right amount of time. Yep, Candy got that, didn't you? Trying not to call Dozer fat. Trying to stay away from those words. Oh, Dougie. Select Pet says, you making a Petco run since they got that $1 a gallon per sale back? The basement is asking for more. Well, I definitely have to get 3 40-gallon breeders. And I was going to try to get that done today, but my mind, with only sleeping the 2 hours last night, was just gone today. So I don't know. I may make a run tomorrow, but I know Monday I've got to go into the city. So maybe I'll pick them up Monday. Just depends on how much equipment I have with me. But I do need to get them this next week. And that's really all I'm looking for right now is some 40-gallon breeders. During the $1 per gallon sale, they mark those half. So you can get those like right around $45, where normally they're like 90, you know? So I see a lot of Jeffroz FishKeeping here. You will need a front end loader to pick up after him. Yeah, no kidding, right? They are big. Whenever the English Mastiff has its ears cropped, it actually, if you get enough weight on them, they actually look like a large pit bull to me. Mike says, I'm tempted for the $1 per gallon run too. I have enough tanks in the fish barn. Yep, I do too. Yeah, U-Haul. No kidding, right? Just rent me a U-Haul for a day. Show Dozer. Let me go out and get Dozy. Hang on 1 second. I'll be right back, guys. Hello. One camera. I want my camera turned on. There we go. There's Mia, guys. Look, Mia. Look over here. Mia. Mia, right there. Looky there. There's Mia, girl. She's a Chihuahua mix that I got as a rescue from one of my patients that was dying of cancer, that wanted us to find a good home for her. Just almost 6 years ago. And her's a good girl. Aren't you, Mia? She hardly ever sits on my lap. She is a girl dog, like girly. Like she likes to sit on my daughter's laps. She loves women, not so much boys. Like when the girls moved out, she started chilling with the boys more, but not me as much. Didn't ya? You want to look at the camera and show them how cute you are, Mia? That's my Mia girl. You guys probably haven't seen Mia very often. She's hardly ever in any of my videos. Every once in a while, she has been, but not very often. She's a good little girl, though. I got both of my dogs from my patients. I really did. Dozer came from a patient, and so did Mia. Yep, when they were little puppies. Were you? Were you a little puppy when we got you, Mia? Were you a good girl? Were you a good girl? Want to go back in there? Want to go back in the living room? All right. Here she goes. What are you doing, Dozy? Dozy's down here taking a break. What you doing, Dozy? You taking a break? Was it hard on you to get in here? Was it hard on you to get in here? You being a good boy? You being a good boy? Come here. Come here. Come here. You being a good boy? Yeah, there's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yes. He even got a tag for Christmas, too. My oldest daughter got both of them tags for Christmas. It says, hello, my name is Dozer on it. Right there. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Oh. Yeah, while I went in there, I was like, I should get Mia too. You guys haven't seen Mia very often. She's just out there chilling. Yeah, I love my fur babies. I'm not really a cat person though. Like, I don't mind outdoor cats. Um, I always grew up in the country and cats were for outside. So I don't mind outdoor cats and I like cats, but not indoors. Um, but ever since we got Dozer, we can't have outdoor cats. Dozer has ran off every stray cat. No stray cat can step on our property since Dozer has been here. Squirrels are the same way. Squirrels keep their distance, and cats. So, and rabbits. And anything else on four legs, Dozer runs them off. Mile High Pleco says, "What's the big bald guys with big old beards having tiny little dogs?" Well, I'll tell you. One of my technicians was making a delivery to one of our patients, and she said that her cancer had turned terminal, and they were looking for a home for this little Chihuahua. And my kids' mom was really bad about over the years letting us get a dog, but then after we had it for a while, putting her foot down and making us get rid of the dog, and it would just break the kids' hearts. And my ex-wife had just done that with the dog that we had for like 2 years. We were divorced at the time, and she got rid of their dog that we had for like 2 years, and it broke their heart. And that technician of mine brought that dog into the shop there. It was like, I told her that we would keep it for a while, but me and my wife can't keep it for very long. And I'm like, oh man. I was like, we'll take it. She was only like 6 weeks old, somewhere around in there. And we took her home, and I said, that's it. That's all we're getting. And I thought, what I'd learned over the years is if you keep a big dog, you have big problems. You keep a small dog, you have small problems. A small dog can't create real big problems, but a big dog can. Like, I've had some Rottweilers, they get loose and the cops are at your house pretty quick. Neighbors are calling saying they attacked, blah, 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 blah. Same way with pit bulls. Dozer gets off and the cops are involved. It's sad but true. And I was like, Mia is it. That's all we're getting. We got her in like April, and then in September is whenever I got talked into Dozer. And when Dozer was born, I knew about it because I went to this patient's house quite a bit, and I saw him as a brand new newborn puppy. He was like, he's going to be yours, the white one there. His others were more brown and white. He was more white with some blotches, I'm like, no. I said, we've got a dog at home, we won't be able to take it, And the next time I went, she's like, he's getting older. Dozer's going to be able to come home with you one of these days when you come back. And I'm like, no, remember I told you I can't take him. And then the next time I came, she's like, he's ready to go. Here he is. And she just brought him out to me. And it was just like, ugh. I just melted, man. I just melted. There was nothing I could do. I had to take him. And he's been here ever since. And he's a good little boy. T. Riddle says, not sure, Jeffro. One of my Chihuahuas had a dental cleaning on Wednesday that was $750. Big problem. Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah, that is a pretty big problem. That is a very big problem, actually. What is up? You from Prolific Breed is in the house. What's up, buddy? Oh. Well, there went Dozer. See, the front door just opened. Dozer didn't know who it was, but he didn't bark. He just went in there to see. You know what I mean? And I think when I had Rottweilers, it was the same way. Like Rottweilers, especially in a dark setting, they're quiet until they get the burglar. And, you know, they don't do a whole lot of barking until they get the burglar. So Rottweilers are dark. And then in the dark, you know, that's how my Rottweiler was. But it could be just how I raise dogs, too. Maybe that's why they're quiet and mellow and chill, because I make them be mellow and chill when they're puppies, and then they just get used to it. I guess. I don't know. Maybe it is. I tried to get Dozer. Mia played with balls and, you know, like chew toys and all kinds of different puppy toys and stuff like that when she was little. But Dozer never would ever play. Like, we would go jogging or running or go to the dog park, and he'll run around and sniff and run and run and run, but he would never play with toys or get into tug of war battles with you or anything. Yeah, Mia was camera shy. She's a shy little girl. Brandon Hutchins says my Malinois. Oh, Malinois. Yeah, that's how I think you say it. Doesn't bark. Yep. Well, Dozer does bark. Our neighbor that lives right next to us, when their garage door opens and the car either leaves or comes, he barks at them every single time. But in Dozer's defense, that's out by the back where his leash is. And it's kind of like he thinks that's his territory. And maybe he doesn't like that garage door or something. Maybe he thinks it's kind of weird that it moves without any human interaction. So maybe that drives him nuts or something. Dozer. Good boy. Good boy. You don't need to be out there getting into mischief. Lay down. Good boy. Hugh says, Jeffro, I almost got a low boy for Christmas. The wife drove all the way to San Diego to pick up, but it was the wrong version. Oh, man. That stinks, buddy. You'll get one. You'll definitely like it, too, because all of those live culture things that you've been working with, your, reef stuff, it will be great. Because I think, isn't that one, if you're still here in the chat, Hugh, isn't that one that you've got all your live coral stuff in? Isn't that like a 40-gallon breeder probably? That's what I was thinking when I watched that last video. Prolific Breed says the low boy behind you looks so big. Yes. Yes, it does. What is it, like 48 inches long, something like that? 12 inches tall, and then 24 inches deep. And it's such a cool view. Like, I like it being up where it's at. Like, it's like face level. So, like, well, I guess I have to squat down a little bit, but this view right here is amazing. It is just a really awesome view. A lot of times low boys are really low, you know, like they've got them down. I think like Bob Steenpot, when he had his, I think he actually had it on the ground. That would just be too much. You know, if you wanted to, you could have that low and have a top view. So if you had like a certain type of fish that you wanted to have a top view of, or like with the corals, you wanted to have a top view of it. Trinity Tank says short, long tank. This one right here, that one's a 20 long. This one right here, that's a 20 long. So a low boy is what? Trinity Tank says, so a low boy is what? This tank up here is a low boy, so it's only like 12 inches tall. So like only a foot tall. So that's why they call it a low boy. And then it's what? Is that 4 foot long, 48 inches long, and then 2 foot deep? No, it's only 4 foot long. Yep. It must be the way that it's set up in here, I guess. Because if you think about it, that 20 long right there is 30 inches long, I think, and the 20 long, 30 inches long. So, yep. I'm pretty sure that tank up there is 48 inches long. It's got me second guessing it now, but I know it's not 6 foot for sure. Trinity, they're originally designed for frags. Been meaning to ask, how's the frogs? The frogs are doing well. The pothos plant that I had in there was like bushing out like really crazy. And then it kind of started to die off a little bit. So right now I've got it kind of trimmed back a ways. I do need to make a video on that because it's probably going to be a little bit before I do get my dart frogs. So I can do an update on my dumpy frogs. And I forgot to make a note of that the other day. I was thinking about that the other day, but that would be a good thing that I could get done too. Update on the dumpies. I could do an update on the dumpy frogs and my vivariums at the same time because my one vivarium that my blue dart frogs will be going in is growing out really well, and it like looks totally different than the last time you saw it. The last time you guys saw it, I had just planted it, and the plants are really grown in. I love the vivariums. Yeah, I can talk about the Miss King and how well it's doing and stuff. But yeah, I can do that. That's a good point, Dougie. I can't actually wait until I get my dart frogs. It's been a long time coming. I mean, I probably had this vivarium set up for them now, probably around 4 months, somewhere around in there, which is really good to have it really grown out and have a real good kingdom for them to come live at. Trinity Tank says, is the video from yesterday about the L393s recent or an old video you just posted? Curious about how they are doing. It is very recent. That video, I believe I shot last weekend and edited last weekend. No, the weekend before. So that video, I shot the video 2 weeks ago and edited it. So they're pretty much around the same spot right now. The male and the female did start caving up, just not together. The female is choosing the back side of that cave in the dark side of the tank, and the male has chosen the front side of the cave. They're really doing well. I did put some endlers in there with them to kind of act as dithers. The tank is staying dark all day and all night. Just a little bit of ambient light gets in there during the daytime. I did notice the male was fanning in the cave today, but there was no egg clutch or anything inside there. So that just kind of makes me think that things are starting to boogie woogie woogie. But yeah, I'm really excited about it, and you guys will be the first ones to know whenever I spawn those bad boys. If those bad boys spawn, I'll make a video and I'll pop it in front of any video that I got uploaded. So, T Riddle brought home some tiny rasboras today, so had to check them. Awesome. Yeah, Cyclid 23 is wondering, Punchy, how's the weather in Idaho? Yeah, Dougie, it has been. Me nor Dank have ever shipped frogs before, so we've been kind of afraid of the cold temperatures. We honestly probably need to get prepared because we probably could have made it happen, because you really need to overnight those guys anyhow. And we probably could have made it happen last week. We had some really nice days last week where the overnights weren't so bad. So yeah, I need to get with Dank and at least get some kind of a plan. Maybe go ahead and pay the shipping and make for sure that he does have everything that he needs to ship. and get it to where we can just watch that weather and get it done. Because otherwise, I'm going to have to wait till spring at this point. Make a video of me building. Made a video of me building my racks. Was so excited, accidentally deleted it in editing. Oh well. Trying to think of a bad thing that's happened like that with me. I remember one time editing a video and then the software crashed and it didn't save, or like it saved, but it was a long time before where I was at. And I had to pretty much edit almost the whole entire video over again. That sucked. Dan Wooch is in the house. What's up, Dan? Good grief. I didn't even know that we've been going for an hour. Actually, over an hour. I'm going to wait a bit before I ship. Let the temps get up into the 30s at least. Yeah, it's cold right now. There's no way. Like right now, it's single digits here. Mikey and Jerome. How you been doing anyhow, Mikey? We ain't heard no hide, no ear, no nor hide, no hair, no hide nor hair out of you. What was I saying? Oh my gosh. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. Got to get me another beverage. All right, I am back. Nor hide, no hide nor hair out of you. So you've got hide on you, you've got hair on you. We haven't heard any of that out of you in a few days. It's an old Southern hillbilly slang word. Haven't heard hide nor hair out of you. That's how you say it. Haven't heard hide nor hair out of you. So, in other words, Mikey, we haven't heard hide nor hair out of you in a few days. How are you doing, friend? Old buddy. West Texas fishing. Yes, like that. That's it. Yep, you do, don't you, Terry? You know that sound. That's probably why I couldn't say haven't heard hide nor hair out of you. I needed to get me another bush latte. Haven't seen hide nor hair out of you. Yeah, haven't heard hide or hair out of you. Well, I haven't ever seen Mikey in person, in my defense, so I haven't heard hide nor hair out of him, because all I ever do is hear him. Well, I do see him on, the chat, the video chat every once in a while when he graces us with his presence. He Jeffro'd that up. Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, Sunshine Aquatic says, I'm a bad Southerner. Oh. Candy's a Southerner at heart. She was born in the South, so she knows seen hide nor hair. I figured that, Mikey. Just giving you a hard time. Trying to teach you some Southern language. I don't even get it right. That's kind of how that Southern stuff is, though. Like, you don't get it all right, and then you move up a state, and that person don't get it right, and then it changes, But hide nor hair, yeah, haven't seen hide nor hair. That's what it is. Haven't heard hide nor hair out of you. That's just a Jeffro made up junk. Gone wishing, but okay. Boom, 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 boom. What state are you in, Jeffro? Yeah, I'm in southern Iowa, but I'm from down in southern Missouri is where I was born and raised up until I was like I think I moved here when I was 25, just barely 25. So I've lived up here. Gosh, I moved here in 2001. So in April, it'd be 18 years I've lived here. And pretty much, I about the only things that have stuck is the certain words that you say. Like fixin', they don't say that here. But my southern accent from the Ozarks has kind of went away a little bit. I think it's one of those type of deals where you're around these people all the time, and like I'm a salesman too, so you tend to get to where you talk like them a little bit. But I had a girlfriend go with me down to Missouri one time, and she said, I because her and I were talking, she was like, well, do they have accents down there? Because you have a little bit of an accent. I go, yeah, it's different. It's definitely different. And whenever we were leaving on our way back, I said, see, they do talk different down here, don't they? And she goes, good grief. She said, I didn't think your accent was that bad, but you get down there around them, you really get bad. And I was like, what? I didn't even notice. I guess I got wound up and started really talking with an accent while I was down there, I guess. And I did that subconsciously, not even trying, I guess. And really technically, Missouri isn't isn't the South by no means, but the Ozarks, I was baptized in Booger County, Missouri, and I was baptized in a creek called Booger County Creek. Booger. There's a county down in southern Missouri called Booger County. That's where I was baptized at. I'm from the Ozarks, and that is pretty hillbilly down there. So hillbilly and South isn't really the same thing, but there's Arkansas. It's kind of like every state, though. Every state that is south of you, you tease. Like in Missouri, we would always tease Arkansas people, about outrunning your sister, or your sister being outrun. Your sister can outrun the brother, blah, blah, blah. Those jokes that you tease people about. But Minnesota people, they tease us that we can't handle cold weather. You go up to Minnesota and they're like, you from Iowa? And I'm like, yeah, figures. And it's like, what? He's walking around with like a vest in 20-degree weather. And it's like, I'm freezing in a coat, So it all flows downhill. But they definitely, like one of my buddies posted on Facebook last month that he had some wood for sale. He said, I'm sitting in Walmart parking lot in my hometown, and he had his phone number on there. Rookie mistake. I called him up. I'm like, you got the wood for sale? And he was talking like a hillbilly now. And it's kind of nice to hear that every once in a while, because I'm never around it anymore, But that goes back to T. Riddle. I don't think people would care about your southern twang and stuff. Just be yourself, man. Don't worry about it. There's people on YouTube that have a southern twang. I guarantee it. You ever seen that one viral video where the kid's like, I ate some chili one time. It was so hot, I had to drink a whole 2-liter Mountain Dew. That was funny. Goodness. Cichlid 23. Where is he from? That'd be kind of cool. Let's shout out where you're from, guys. I think that'd be cool. I like that in the live streams every once in a while. Everybody shout out where they're from. You don't have to say the coordinates, GPS coordinates, or nothing like that, you know. Just say where you're from. I know where a lot of you guys are from. All right, we're at the bottom of the chat. Trinity's from Tennessee. Love going to Nashville. I go to Nashville every once in a while. Cichlid 23 is from North Cali. Kevin's from Minnesota, originally from Iowa. Dougie's from, you're not from Wichita, you're from the UK. Oh, you're saying hi to Wichita. I'm like, what, Dougie? Boise, Pam from Boise. Denny's from Kansas City. Now, that's pretty cool. I grew up pretty close to Kansas City. I live the same amount away right now. I live 3.5 hours away from Kansas City, and that's about what it was to my hometown. Dan is from San Jose. That's pretty cool. Everybody's showing up. Terry is from Hammond, Indiana. Sweet. Auburn, Georgia. Charles, that's cool. Maple Street Aquatics is from Indiana. That's awesome. John is from Iowa. Alhana Tezuki is from Illinois. Wichita Falls Fish Keeper, North Texas. Candy, born in Texas, live in Montana. Sunshine Aquatics, East Texas, but from deep South Texas. Monty, Scotland. I knew that, Dougie. Suffolk, Virginia is where T. Riddle's from. Big City Bettas, Vermont, a.k.a. almost Canada. Yeah, Dank lives way up there in New York somewhere where, like, he lives closer to Canada than he does New York City. Mean Fish 9 is from Cuba, Missouri. I've been there a lot of times. My ex-father-in-law lived there for a long time. My ex-father-in-law used to live there and drive all the way to my hometown every day for work for like 5 or 6 years. It's like 2-hour drive. Then he lived in Sullivan for a little bit, which is pretty close to Cuba. He lived in Sullivan for a long time. But I've definitely been to Cuba. Reels is from Bakersfield. Dan is from Ohio. Charlie's from New Hampshire. Loach Guy's Ohio. Sweet. Grew up in Oregon and live in Wyoming. Laramie, Wyoming. Any close? Mom and Dad live in Warsaw. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Trinity Tank says Nashville is wonderful, and sorry, Sergeant Tank, I was way off. Mary said that she grew up everywhere in the South, though. Yep. I am from Saxton, Pennsylvania. Sweet. Carmen's from Toronto, Canada. That's awesome. Angela Turner's from Alabama. Mile High Plecos is from the Mile High, Africa. Born in Chi-Town, moved out west 40 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, Sergeant Tang just got done saying that he lives in Tennessee, and he meant to say love. It's Cal FTW says, my name is Ben Dover. I live in Buffalo, New York. Yo, Ben Dover. Haven't seen you in a while, Ben. Let's see here. Phoenix Aquatic says, I was born in Chicago, but raised in Pittsburgh. And then the chat went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Most of my life. Sweet. I was thinking that you were in Phoenix, buddy. Lived in Mobile for. I've been to Mobile. Mobile's nice. I wasn't there for long, but came out of Africa. Mother was Lucy. LOL. T. Riddle says Boise. I heard is Punchy. I heard is from Boise. Sevelin, Switzerland is where Priscilla's from. Tuscaloosa, Alabama. T. Riddle. I live in Oskaloosa. You're in Tuscaloosa. It's so weird that people get that mixed up too. Like I don't I've never seen Oskaloosa not look like it would sound like you're saying Oskaloosa. I guess you could say Oskaloosa. Like, it's weird because a town south of me is called Ottumwa, and they butcher that one too. Mobile. Yep. Aquatic Jack. Mobile. I probably did say it wrong. I say Illinois, and I don't think that's how you're supposed to say Illinois. I think you're supposed to say Illinois without the Z on the end, but I've always said it Illinois. Joel G is from Calcutta, India. Trinity Tank says, so as a young channel, I seem to not really know what to film. Seeing as how I'm not a fan of showing my tanks, if they're not in perfect condition, of course, they never are, so I don't make lots of content. Yep. I, knock on wood, have never had a problem with coming up with content. I've never had to make a video just to make a video. I've always had a thought out video that I kind of took my time on. I've never had to really rush to make a video. 9 times out of 10, I forget to clean the glass. But basically, all you want to really do is clean that front glass. There are people on the internet that don't want to show their tanks unless they are perfect. But I don't have show tanks. I've got breeding project tanks, and they're all working tanks. There's a purpose in a project going on in those tanks. And your normal fish keeper and in the hobby knows that your tanks could very well be like theirs, and they're going to have momentum. And that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. You know, that kind of stuff, like whenever I see tanks on the internet like Lucas Brett's green water tanks, I love that, you know. Yeah, basically, excuse me. Basically, Trinity, what you could look at it is, because I get it, there are people out there that don't want to show their tank unless it's just perfect, you know. But what you could do is you could start it out as one of those type of deals where you're just kind of documenting your fish keeping hobby, you know, and your tanks are what they are, you know. Maybe it might make you start cleaning them more or something, you know what I mean? And if you've got some like planted aquariums, like right now, I've got this Java fern right now, Windelove. You can't see it because it's kind of blared out from the light. I don't know if that will help. But if you can tell, there's lots of little yellow pieces on it. I need to go through it and get rid of some of the melt back. There is a Cryptolatia right there that's got a couple of little dead yellow leaves on it I need to get rid of right now. But if something awesome happened in that tank tonight, I might hop on Instagram real quick and do a little Instagram video. I don't care what the tank looks like, you know. But that's me. I understand. Aquatic Jack says the fish elite all start like everyone else. It's hard to compare apples to apples because everything from water, substrate, stock, and plants are different. Yep. T. Riddle says some of the aquascapers have gorgeous tanks, but they do it for a living. Yeah, you really have to. You have to do maintenance on them nonstop to make them look really good, especially when you get into stem plants. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 6 different types of stem plants in here, and they're all a different height, and they look really weird. They're not planted in any kind of succession, but it's the beginning of them. So after they start growing up, you cut them down and then replant down below, and that's how you'll start forming it. but you have to really work at it, and I'm not very good at working at it. Now, my 20 long on the other side, my crystal tank, that tank is filling in. I had to take one of those, what was it? My water wisteria or water lettuce. I think it was I can't remember. It was one of those plants I had to take out of there because it was just, that tank was loaded, completely loaded like a jungle. And I need to trim those stem plants back there. I just finally got the duckweed off of it last night. I think as long as you don't make it out as your way is the only way and that everyone is doing it wrong, people will give you some forgiveness in the tanks. Definitely. Definitely. Alhana Tazuki says, all my tanks look like crazy jungle science experiments. I'm actually liking the science experiment or the jungle look. Like, I've started letting my jungle Val get real crazy and thick, and I'm really digging that look. It makes them look a lot better. Devin Pepper says, water sprite, definitely. I took out a big, giant, deeply rooted portion of water sprite out of that tank. It was actually growing out of the water everywhere, and it was really filled out. So I took it out and put it in with some new endlers that I got, and I put it as a floating plant this time. We'll see how it goes. T Riddle says the bad side is you may run into trolls or elitists that may leave negative comments, but they will do that no matter what you do. I've been pretty lucky, knock on wood again. I don't have a whole lot of trolls. Every once in a while you get a negative comment, but you just let it roll. I mean, I don't know. It's hard sometimes not to let them bother you, but at the same time, I know that I don't have any show quality tanks. I'm no aquascaper. I barely remember the names of my plants. You know, it's one of those type where I've got so many plants now, it's like hard to remember them all, you know, and I didn't ever write them down and different things like that, you know. So your popular ones you remember. The stem plants are what's hard for me to remember what they are now. I did order some new plants last night. I had to get some easy green because I'm all out of easy green, and I saw that they had a 15% off code. So I ordered a new crypt that I'd never had before, and then I ordered a carpeting plant, but I can't remember which one it was. Is there a miniature bacopa, guys? Like, it's a weird name. It looks a lot like a bacopa, but it's smaller, and like it will carpet if you keep it trimmed. Can't really remember though. It's got a weird name. The Noxkeys from Anaheim, California. No, it wasn't Baby Tears, Aquatic Jack. It wasn't Baby Tears. It's got a weird name to it. Be right back. Got to let the dogs out. No, it wasn't Pearlweed, Priscilla. Need to go, Jeff. 2:30 a.m. here. Time to hit the hay. Thanks for a great live stream as usual. Well, thanks for coming out and supporting me, Dougie. Hopefully, we'll see you Monday night for the 4-hour-long New Year's Eve live stream. That would be totally awesome if you could show up for that. But I know it will be late. It might have been S. Rapins, but I don't think that it was. Because this one's got a weird name. Here, we may buffer, but I'm going to look it up because I can look on my cart. I'll tell you exactly what it is because now it's bugging me. Let's see here. Aquarium Co-op. Shipment. Yeah, I was ordering it like 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock this morning. It is Staragine Rapins. Staragine Rapins. And Crypt Lucens. So I got a Crypt Lucens and a Stargene Repins. And some Easy Green. Did somebody already say Repins? I wish they had Balbitis, Loach Guy. I want some Balbitis. Every time I try to get Balbitis from them, they're out of it. But it's Stargene Repins. I like it because it can carpet, and it looks like it's going to be a healthier one. You guys see that female bristlenose just pop into frame there? Kind of scared me. I caught her out of the corner of my eye. She's eating on some algae. Actually need to feed all my tanks tonight. Balbitis, Heldatai, Hedalatai. Yeah, I actually love Balbitis. Balbitis. I did get some Bucephalandra a while back, which that one's doing really good. I got a couple of small portions of that. It's a slow grower. And then I've got like 6 or 7 different Anubias. I've got some Wassertang that's finally taken off in a couple of different tanks. Those slower ones are crazy, but yeah, from one Jeff to another. Yeah, I've been wanting to get Balbitis for quite a while, but every time I find a source, it's always sold out. All right, how long have we been going? We can go another 30 minutes. It's kind of crazy. I wasn't planning on doing 2 hours, but here we are, and it's not that bad. T. Riddle says, I'm on a cryptocorin kick right now. Me too. The last one that I got a Crypt Spiralis, and I love that thing. It's rippling really, really good too. And it kind of melted back when I first got it a little bit. Not bad. It already had some new growing back. I got it from Dustin's. And it already had some new growing back, so it kind of told me that he had it long enough that it was already converting back from immersed. And I planted it in pea gravel with some tabs, some root tabs. That thing is doing excellent. I love that plant. Yep, the boost, T. Riddle, the boost, how I got that was Dustin last month was giving away a portion of boost with every plant order. And I ordered enough that he gave me 2 portions. And I think it was 10 leaves. Each plant came with 5 leaves. And this stuff has not melted back at all. Now, it's a small portion, like a portion about this big. But the root structure and the, I'm drawing a blank, you know what I'm talking about, was all real healthy. It didn't ever melt back. Really good. It's an awesome little plant. There's all kinds of different boosters too. I can't remember what this one was. Yeah, it came for free. You know, it was awesome. T. Rhizome, Terry for the win. Yeah, the rhizomes and the roots and the leaves were all in really good shape, and they still look great. They're slow growers, but yeah, they're nice. I was happy to finally get some. Susan for SLC Aquatics is here. What's up, Susan? Rickia, I'll leave it at that. Finally got some more in, and I can grow it with low-tech light. That's awesome. Jay Crazy Obsession says, hey guys, what's up, Jay? Jay's crazy. All right, we're at the bottom of the chat. We've got 56 watching and 48 likes. That's a pretty good combination. Let's Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Devin Pepper says his Anubias sadly has melted back on me again. Anubias rot is the problem with his Anubias, but other than like half of my 2 shipments dying on me, half have converted though and are thriving like crazy. Yep. I only lost 2 plants, and they did feel like they were rotted at the rhizome at the very end. And then I had one that I was just getting ready to throw it away because that rhizome, it looked like it was just completely destroyed. And I noticed a little bitty small rhizome with one little leaf coming out of it. And I've left it alone, and now the leaf is like 1.5 inches long, and it's going to come back. But wow, that's going to be the record for me for slowest Anubias. Melted all the way back to just a little bitty teeny piece of a rhizome and a leaf. And now it's coming back slowly but surely. So out of 6 on that Anubias super pack or whatever, 2 of them didn't make it. Okay, how are you doing? You might have too much light, Devin, and not enough water flow around the plant. A lot of people take deep breaths and say, "Oh," went around me. That would be me. I'm lucky to get my next breath. Amber from Big City Beta says, need to do more water changes. I really don't want to, though. Just keep streaming so I can procrastinate more. Yeah, I need to do some water changes. And, you know, honestly, I'll be off here by 9. So I could do water changes in my dining room. There's 17 aquariums in there. And I can get that done tonight. That way I don't have to do that tomorrow. And I can focus tomorrow on editing a video. And I got to do laundry too. Yeah, I got to do laundry tomorrow. But that's no big deal. I can do laundry while I'm doing water changes. The water bill will go real high tomorrow. T. Riddle says Anubias grow slow too. Yeah, they do. I did get some from John Bedker that was here earlier. We went to an auction. Can't really tell it from the video, but I got some Anubias that they actually shot up pretty quick. They grew faster than some of my other ones that I've got. Select Pet. So Jeffro, no more fun water change streams for now. Not. Yep. Not for now. You know, Monday night I'll probably do one because that's going to be a 4-hour long live stream. So I don't know. I've already been contemplating that. I've been thinking, do I want to do that, or would I rather? You know, what I was kind of thinking about doing tonight was, you know, trying to get some people on that live stream as guests or whatever. You know, that's what I was trying to do. But I don't know. We'll see. I might already have my water changes done. But yeah, after, you know, pretty much last Monday was like my last one. Because next week I'll go live on Saturday, and that will be the start of 1 day a week. So. Yep, it definitely can. Like I've got another rhizome in another tank of one of them that died. That the rhizome still looks healthy, but it's been a month without anything coming off of the rhizome. So it's not like squishy to the touch though. The rhizome is still hard and the roots are still hard. So I'm thinking about just leaving it and waiting on that one. But the other one, I was getting ready to throw it away. And man, that little bitty piece of a rhizome that was still hard there had just a little leaf off of it. Now it takes a long time, but that one's going to come back and I'll have a story to tell someday. That one melted back to almost completely nothing. Thomas Skipper says, talk to y'all later. I'm going to work on my bedroom to set it up for tanks to make a video, so please sub. Thanks for coming over tonight, Thomas, and hopefully you have a great rest of the weekend, buddy. Same here, Devin. I did the same thing. It's worth a try. You know what I mean? And it worked on the one. But I also furt the crap out of my tanks. Probably over furt, really. I try to stay to the once a week thing. I did do a once a day for a while on this tank, and it messed up. It got it all out of balance. And I mean, that water would get really, like, it's hard to explain, almost a yellow color. So it was getting ready to start turning green. And then it also stunk real bad. So I backed off, way off on it. Now I'm back to just once a week after water changes. I dose Easy Green. Then once a month, I'll pop in some root tabs. But last month when I popped in the root tabs, under every one of my crypts, they had like 2 or 3 leaves melt back on them. They had never done that before. So I don't know. Hey, Dozer. What you doing, buddy? What you doing? What you doing? You come see me? What you doing? He was just sitting there staring at the tank. On the tanks with the Nubius, I rarely fertilize, maybe 1 time a month. Yep, this one right here, I would say that's about how often I've done it. And they're all Anubias. Well, I've got 2 Java ferns in there. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Anubias plants in that tank. And then a Java fern regular and a Java fern Windelove. And they're too close together for future. They actually need to be spread apart. Actually, they're on the same piece of driftwood, and that will never work for the future, but all of the Anubias are doing good, though. Denny Close says Aquarium Co-op almost out of plants. Sheesh. Yeah. The first time that I went this morning, actually, I'll tell you, I've been needing some Easy Green for quite a while. In his video that he had yesterday, he went into his room that he has all the plants in at the co-op, and that's where I was getting my ideas of which plants to buy. There's nothing better than, instead of just seeing a stock photo, than to be able to see an actual video and him talking about the plants. I almost got some of those what's that red stem plant that he has right now? I almost got some of those, but I've got plenty, but they looked really good in his tank. But I've got some already. It's like a weird name. Can't think of it, but wasn't Ludwigia. It was like well, I'll just go look real quick. I'll tell you what it was. We didn't buffer last time, did we? It was It makes me think of an ant, a name of like your aunt. Scarlet Temple. I almost bought some of that Scarlet Temple, but I didn't because I've already got some, and mine is doing really good. So I didn't really have room for it. Yeah, the Java ferns looked really good too. I just don't need any of those. I have tons of Java ferns. Like once you buy one Java fern, as long as you keep it alive and healthy, you've got them for life because they just keep on breeding out new and breeding out new. Oh, I let that one die. I was just getting ready to grab, well, it's not completely dead. I was just getting ready to grab one out of this breeder box and show you guys that just popped up one day, but it's starting to die back. I need to get it out of there, actually. Yep, the Scarlet Temple that he has, is nice. And I really thought that was cool because when I popped that video up, right when he went in there in the plants, I was like, okay, here's my chance. See what his plants look like right now. Because I'm not really in the need of plants, but if I'm going to order some Easy Green, which both of my Easy Green bottles are really low. The one the other day I squirted and it started not wanting to squirt, so I'm going to have to add them both together. I'm in need of some Easy Green. So I thought, they're doing the sale right now before the end of the year, the inventory thing that he does where it's like 15% off. And I'm going to order some Easy Green and I'll order some plants too. And I kept on pausing the video. Okay, that one's called this. And then I'd go to my shopping cart and I added it. And that's actually how I did it. Jeff Chambers says, about to season up a brisket to throw in the smoker tomorrow. That's all I got tonight. Dang. Oh, love me some brisket. Select Pet says, think I'm switching to mainly Anubias, and Java Fern swords have started to not like me now. Yeah, Anubias, they're slow growers for the most part. I've got a couple that are faster than some of my others, but for the longest time, I just always kept Nana Petite. That was the only one that I had, but it had grown for so long that I was able to break it up into other pieces. And it's like a 2-year-old plant now. And, I've broken it up now like 3 times, I think. And, but then I bought an Anubias pack that had some different ones in it, some Barteri and Cophifolia, different ones like that, And then I kind of got into Anubias. And sometimes at those fish auctions, like that fish auction, the chunks were huge. 2 great big chunks for like $11 of Anubias, beautiful Anubias too. See ya, Priscilla. Have a good night, girl. T. Riddle says, I messed up when I ordered from Co-op. I ordered 3 Java ferns and ended up with more ferns than tanks. Yep. Those Java ferns. And it's kind of weird how they do it too. The first time it ever happened, I'm like, what the heck? Did my bristlenose get in there and mess up with my Java ferns? But it's kind of like they grow out. The babies come off of the top of the leaves of them, And this Java fern in this tank right here is kind of choked back. I really feel sorry for it. I need to really probably move it out to a different tank. But the Windelove, I actually like the Windelove a little bit better. It just gets fuller. It's just a thick bush. Yeah, definitely. I won't ever have to buy any Java fern anymore unless it's a different, I've got the standard and the Windelove, but I'll never have to buy it again. I've got another 40-gallon breeder in the house that I've got to start off of the Windelove. Then this one's got to start off the Windelove. And then up in here, one of my breeder boxes has got a piece of driftwood that's got a big start on it. I'll just never have to buy it again. Dan says, I was thinking about ordering Easy Green. Sounds like everyone gives the thumbs up. I've never had any issues with Easy Green at all. I use the Easy Green for the plants that feed off the water column. And then I use root tabs for the plants that feed off of the, the root structure. And I've never had any problems. I dose it. I think it's 1 squirt per gallon or per 10 gallon. 1 squirt per 10 gallon. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. And I always get this 500 milliliter bottle is the one that I always get. I think it's like $29.99 or something like that, but it lasts forever. I mean, I bought this one probably 4 or 5 months ago. But I don't have a whole lot of planted aquariums. I don't ever dose like these that have the Java or Naha grass or guppy grass. I don't ever do those. I just dose, like this one I'll dose once a month. This one I dose weekly. And then I got another one that I dose weekly. And I don't ever have to do the Naha grass. You can, but it just makes it go crazy. If I was selling it, I probably would. I could sell it, but every time I've ever brought it into my LFS, he doesn't act like he really wants to buy it off of me. So he sells it out really quick. It would be a big seller. I tried to do it in my summer tubs this summer, thinking that I would really be able to take it off. And it doesn't like the heat and flow. It doesn't like a lot of high flow. And it doesn't like the heat. I think the high flow keeps tearing those little white roots that throw, you know. And I think the flow breaks those. So it keeps on just making it melt back. 1 squirt per 10 gallons, 1 time a week. Yep, that's what I do. Yeah, Aquatic Jack, guppy grass does. You don't really need it. When I bought my first guppy grass, I got just a little small portion, and I thought that stuff was going to die. And I did a little bit of Easy Green, and then it just started taking off. And I thought, oh, it requires Easy Green. And I learned real quick to stop with the Easy Green on the Naha grass. You don't need it. Maybe to get it to propagate at the beginning or something possibly, but I started using Easy Green about a month ago, and my Bacopa took off. I've had to trim and replant once a week now. Yes, it is very good for those plants. Run electric and water both and make a video series. There's a ton of people that are thinking about doing it. Show them how you do it. All right, where are we at on the time? Got about 9 minutes left. And then I'm going to go do some water changes and feed a few plecos and give some checks on everything. And then tomorrow, just do laundry and make a video. I got to make a video tomorrow. I got to make a video about, I know the recipe to super red long fins. And it's crazy. It's going to be, you know, Mikey from Mile High Plecos is calling me crazy. It's going to be like a 2 or 3 year long deal. I don't have to do it. I'm just doing it for fun, but it's actually going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. The first video is going to turn out pretty good too, because the plecos, the first recipe is a super red male with a long fin, a super red short fin male with a long fin albino female. And the babies that they popped out are crazy. It was actually interesting. It's going to be fun to kind of watch. Aquatic Jack says, I've been growing moss balls quite well with Easy Green. Yep, they love it too. Turbofish says, Pleco Paradise just got in some L244s. I tell you that. Picking up a pair. 244s. I'm actually looking for the 264s, I think. Oh, 244s. Let me see what those are. 264s are the ones that I'm looking at. Oh, the yellow seam. Is that what they are? The yellow seam? Ooh. I love all plecos, so it's kind of bad for me to look at it. Yeah, I'm not really looking for that one. I'm looking for the L264. Is one of my plecos that's on the hit list. It's the gray variant of the Sultan or Vampire pleco. The L264 is a bad mamma jamma, guys. Love that L264. Yeah, I saw the 204s the other day. The Loach guy says, another great stream, Jeffro. Gonna feed the fishies. See ya, fish fam. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. And hopefully you make it out for the Monday night stream. The 4-hour special New Year's live stream event. Oh, let's see here. Mike says, let's watch Jeffroz spend all his money at Pleco Paradise. Man, I probably could. I probably could. I definitely am going to go there to get my big Plecos. That's definitely where I will order my large ones from. Once I get that big tank, get my sump all situated, and get it all cycled and all that kind of stuff. That's really what I need to do first. I need to go ahead, start looking for me like a 55-gallon or a 75-gallon aquarium for cheap or free. And I need to make me a sump and just get a bunch of media cycling, put a bunch of fish in it, and just get a bunch of media in there and get it all cycling. And that's what I need to do. The shower filter that's outside that's still working on the summer tubs, which, FYI, my summer tubs are still going. I have no livestock in them at all, but they are still going and not frozen. They're cold as heck, but not frozen at all. I'm putting about 100 barbs into a 125 to see if I can get a breeding colony going. That would be awesome, Aquatic Jack. That would be awesome. Terry says, I don't do plecos much anymore. Back in the day, I had a few. Did you know 4 or 5 of mine pics I took are in the catalog at Planet Catfish? That is awesome, Terry. That is awesome. That's something to be proud of, actually. Let's see here. Big City Betta says, this was fun, but I got to get those tanks done. Work at 4 a.m. Night all. Thanks a lot, Amber. I really appreciate you coming in here. And hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of the night. T. Riddle says, speaking of plecos, how big do bristlenose get? Well, 5 is a real large one. You know, I mean, 5 inches for a male is really big. I would say most of the time your male bristlenose are going to get around 4 inches long, and the females around 3 to 4 inches long. So the males 4 to 5 inches, and the females 3 to 4. But that freaking L393 of mine, guys, is huge. I would bet he has every bit of 7 inches long, and his head is just wide. He's got a wide, big old head. He is just a monster. So, yeah, I mean, I've got some super reds right now that are full grown, probably not going to get any bigger. A lot of times, like at the doctor's office here in town, when I had my son there the other day, there was a great big, probably 6-inch long female super red in there. I think that female is probably over 5 or 6 years old, I would say. So I think they keep growing, but for the most part, somewhere around the 4 to 5 inch mark, somewhere around in there is where they're going to average, you know, a female being just a little bit smaller than the male. Pleco Pond, yeah, that would be cool. Whoa. Okay, I already read that one. My LFS has 75s for about $80. That's not that bad, actually, Kevin. That's not that bad at all. I want one in a tank. Are they okay with a model shrimp? The Angry Fish Guy is in the house. Good evening, all. What's up, Angry Fish Guy? Not sure. Okay. You should be good. 5 inches for a male is pretty big. Yeah. This male that I've got, the L393, I would bet you he's for sure 6 inches long, but maybe 7. Bristlenose are fine with shrimp. Just realized they eat some food, so might need to supplement veggies, algae, depending on the tank. Don't say fat female, Jeff. Oh, God, did I do it? Did I do it? I probably did. I saw like a colony of giant bristlenose at my doctor's office. Like all of them were 5 inches except for maybe one. Yeah, I think it's got to do with they're just old, you know. They're just old. Like this one pet store over in Davenport that John Bedker took me to. It is called, I don't even have the card here anymore, I guess. But anyhow, Aquatic Environments or something like that. Anyhow, he had like 5 or 6 inch long females, albinos that were huge. All right, guys, we are at the 2-hour mark. We went live for 2 hours, and I was only expected to do an hour, but that's okay. Thanks for coming out, everyone. Hang out with me on a Saturday night. I really had a good time. And don't forget, Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, I am doing a 4-hour-long live stream to ring in the new year. And I want you guys all to be there. Thanks for coming out for tonight's live stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, y'all. Losing my voice and about to sneeze.